Hi friends, good morning. Welcome back to my channel. For those of you that might be new here, hi, welcome. My name is Megan and today we have a pretty great thrift haul. I am so lucky to be able to say that yesterday on my thrift excursion, I went to 2 thrift stores and I found over 50 items and spent almost $400. I spent how much? $289 at the first store and $101 at the second store. And I was thrifting until almost 2 o'clock in the afternoon from when the stores opened. So like 9 o'clock to 2 was how long I was thrifting yesterday. I am so grateful for all of the things I found. That entire rolling rack, the mannequin, and ooh, right there, the things hanging on the, there we go, the closet door are all of the things I found yesterday, in addition to something that's behind my chair that you can't see, but I will show you those because those are for me, and they were the most expensive thing I purchased. But with all of that being said, I just want to say to keep in mind that reselling isn't just luck, and I'm very well aware of that. Reselling is about knowing trends, putting in work consistently, and building expertise. It really does take time to develop an eye for thrifting, and every haul builds on experience. So if you are just starting out, just know it's a journey and it doesn't happen overnight. I have been doing this full-time as my full-time job for almost a decade. So not just thrifting for almost a decade, but making money as my full-time job for almost a decade. So yeah, this just doesn't happen overnight. And I'm not blah, 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 all of that to say, it's luck, it's knowledge, it's being in the right place at the right time, and it's consistency. All of those things combine to have a great thrift trip like I had yesterday. I'm so grateful. But with all that being said, to save you and me a little bit of time, because like I said, I got over 50 items, I am just going to go through all of the stuff over here and kind of cherry pick out what I think are the most interesting, the best brands, the vintage, all of those type of things, the most interesting pieces to me, and we'll haul those. I've already prepped everything, so that means I have looked over it again when I put it on a hanger to see any flaws or anything that I might have missed while I was in the thrift store, especially because yesterday my Juvie, I swear the first store, I was like, my Juvie's gonna break. The wheels are gonna pop off of this Juvie because the Juvie has like I think it's a 65-pound weight limit, and I've definitely pushed it to the limit at Costco before, so it has had some weight in it, and I was just like piling things as I could on my cart, and it was like I was looking like a crazy person. I was literally looking like an employee that worked there that was trying to pull all of the sale color of the week so you couldn't buy them. Like, that's literally what it looked like. And anyway, I've double checked everything because it got a little crazy. I have steamed everything. I have taken the tags off of everything. So everything is ready, prepped and ready to be listed. So I'm going to start listing these things just as soon as I film this haul. But like I said, if I didn't finish my sentence because ADHD, I am going to pull some of the more interesting things. I can recall a few of the things that I paid the most money for and some things that were very low price that surprised me. So I'll be sure to kind of tell you what price range I paid for those items, but in essence, overall, I paid approximately $7.58 per item. That's like the average for everything. So let me go over there and pull the stuff, and then we will get into the haul. I think I will put you on a time lapse just so you can speed this up. Okay, so I think I have narrowed it down. I have about 28 pieces on the rolling rack, so I took away quite a few, and I think I'm just gonna leave you there for this video. It's kind of a new little angle, and I guess you guys might not even notice, but you're not even in the same tripod or in the same... Anyway, first thing I have to share, I found at the first location. I'll just show you one because I don't need to show you both. And I'm just walking through, and typically, like I said, I think it was the last thrift with me video that I did, I am kind of shying away from shoes just because I feel like all the shoes I buy, they sit for so long. They don't sell nearly as fast as clothing does for me. Just like bags, I feel like bags don't sell nearly as well for me either. So I'm kind of slowing down on even really, I know it's bad. I should look at everything all of the time, every time. But even looking at the shoes, I'm just like, can't even be bothered. But thank goodness, I started looking at the shoes because these, one was on the stand. They had these with the shoes that you have to ask for. So they're expensive shoes. They don't lock up shoes. They just will put one out and have the tag on it. And it says attached to the price tag, ask for mate at register. So you can't steal their expensive shoes. Or I guess the only other thing I guess I could think of why would they would do that is so somebody doesn't just put them on and walk out with them on, like they're expensive shoes. That's the only reason I would think that they wouldn't lock them up in like their lock boxes, because these stores do have like plenty of locked cases, lots of them actually. This particular store has like a wall, and then their little like cash wrap is also. Anyway, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm getting off on tangents today. It's one of those days. My thoughts are not coming to me like smoothly and one at a time. They're coming 1,000 at a time. Anyway, I was looking at the shoes and I glanced down, and these were on the bottom shelf of their little like fancy shoe shelf. And I was like, no way. I instantly knew what these were because I have these in, I think the color is like chestnut or something like that. And fun fact, I actually purchased the ones that I currently own, the chestnut color, brand new. They're like the last pair of shoes I can think of in the last 10 years that I purchased for myself brand new. And like, I'm not saying that in a bad way. Like, I'm proud of that. I'm proud that I don't purchase a lot of, especially clothing, brand new. I'm happy to buy secondhand and wear secondhand anyway. I purchased these brand new for myself from Madewell. They were having a sale, and I had my $25 off coupon that they give you for your birthday. So I think I spent close to $200 on a pair. If I didn't say, these are Red Wings. Oh my God. I spent close to $200 on a pair of these for myself on Madewell. I think it was like maybe 5 years ago now. I will say, I think I only wore them once last winter, but it didn't get, we like didn't have a winter this winter, but it was snowing 2 days ago. Anyway, oh my God. Today's going to be a hard day to get through with this. Okay. Anyway, I love these boots. I absolutely love them. I would recommend them 110%. However, they don't do well on ice. You can kind of slip a little bit with this little bottom, but I am so excited. These are my size. And I knew as soon as I saw them, I could tell. I have a weird like sixth sense in that way. When I see things, I can tell if they will fit me or my husband usually, or if like it's a furniture piece, I can tell if it will like fit in a spot or be too small or too tall or too fat. Like, I just have that weird like sixth sense. I have like a good gauge of that, I guess. Anyway, I saw this on the shelf and instantaneously I knew they were my size, or was hoping they were my size, and I grabbed them. Do you know they were only $29? $29 hairs. I cannot believe it. And if you've never seen it, there is the Red Wing little tag. There's the same in the bottom down there. And these are in really nice shape. They have no like scuff wear to the heels here. It's literally like somebody wore these a handful of times, if any at all, because it's not even creased really here at the toe box. And my pair that I have is pretty creased there at the toe box. If I didn't say, I think these are the mock toe boot by Red Wing. And I love the black. I am so excited. So excited. And I will say, I would have purchased these if they were not my size. If they were like bigger than a size 6, I would have purchased them to resell because these are $300 online. And I don't know if black is like a special color or whatever, but I'm so excited about these, and they like match my outfit right now. Very, very excited about these. So those are for me. Next, I have this here on the mannequin. I feel like I spent like 20 years on that pair of shoes. Okay, so you can see her in all of her glory. I'm not really going to be able to show you the tag. Maybe I will just pop a picture of the tag on the screen because it has two. Oh, no, 2. Wow, that's crazy. It has a giant Made in USA tag. But this is from Saks Fifth Avenue, but it's a brand for Saks Fifth Avenue. It's very clearly vintage, and I have no idea anything about this other than I really like the silhouette of it. And I do think it's silk. I didn't check to see if there was a fabric tag, but just feeling it, it kind of feels like it's silk. And being at Saks Fifth Avenue, that wouldn't be too far off. But look at that movement with the sleeves. How fun is that? They're like pleated, and they have a slight shoulder pad under here. And on the top here, maybe I will also put a mannequin photo in or some other photos so you can kind of see a little better. I guess I can just scoot her closer. What am I thinking? Oh, okay. So maybe I can show you the tag. Hold on. Let me finagle this. Also, I didn't take the price tag off. This was $5.99, so not bad at all. And don't do what I just did and rip the price tag off because you will risk ruining the garment. There's the brand tag. I don't know what that says, but it says designed by Dorothy Fabrero. And then over here is the Saks Fifth Avenue tag. This has like really gorgeous kind of like, I don't want to say military inspired, but sort of like, and that's, maybe I do want to say that, military inspired little like shoulder epaulets that have these really beautiful flouncy sleeves. I think this would just look so beautiful on anyone. I think this would look really flattering on. And I really like these little like, I don't know if you can really tell, they're seed beads. It's like layers and layers of seed beads, kind of like sequin armor. But I will say the interior right here of the trim of the sequins needs help. We'll just put it that way. It's damaged, but I don't think it's damaged in a way that someone couldn't wear it if they wanted to, or have a professional like, seal it off so they wouldn't fall off any more than they already have. It's a gorgeous navy blue dress, and I know it looks kind of black. It looks really black. Is it black? Are we black? This is black. Let me see if this is black. Oh, gracious. I don't know if that's black or blue. I think it may be black. Please let me know if this dress is black. This I know for sure is black. This is a purple, a purple seat cushion. So I know this. Oh, I know this is black, but I don't know if this dress is black. Anyway, I did purchase that. And like I said, it was $5.99. So that's a huge reason why I purchased this dress, because the price was so reasonable. And this is a vintage piece that's very unique in the little, I didn't turn it around. Look how cool. Kind of has like a little capelet effect in the back. The sleeves like continue all the way around. Hello? Okay, so we'll see how she does. Never heard of this brand before. Bought it mostly for the style. I guess the brand as well, but let me just scoot her back in here. Okay. See, and this is why I said we couldn't do all the items, because it would take me 30,000 years and nobody would watch a video that was that long. We're already 10 minutes in and I showed you 2 things. Oh, it looks like it's going to storm. Okay. First on the rolling rack, this. I love this color. I love this color. And I think if you were confident enough to wear this, because I would never wear something bodycon like this ever in my life, but if you were confident enough to wear something like this and you had the skin tone for this I think is like one of the most pretty shades of pink. It's somewhere in between like a neon pink and a bubblegum pink, and it's so nice. Also, the ribbing to this dress, I don't know if you can see that far away, absolutely beautiful. It's got like I don't know, like a point that goes up here at the bust, and then the whole dress is ribbed. It's micro ribbed, which I really like. And if I didn't say, it's by Rag & Bone, which kind of surprised me. I usually just find Rag & Bone skinny jeans or Rag & Bone capris. I wonder if Rag & Bone capris are going to have a really big comeback, because I feel like a lot of people bought those initially because they fit so well, and the capris just went out of style. Ew. Definitely going to be keep my eyes out for some capri Rag & Bone jeans. Anyway, gorgeous bubblegum pink maxi dress by Rag & Bone. And Rag & Bone is usually very nice, and they put their style name right on the tag. Except they didn't with this. I was going to say, watch, they didn't with this one. Nope, not on this one. But I do believe a Google image will help me find this exact style name for this dress. I think it did have a small spot that I noticed yesterday in the store, but being that this is a really gorgeous Rag & Bone piece, I still picked it up anyway. I would assume the retail on this was probably close to $400, so couldn't leave that there. Next, this is beautiful, and I almost consider trying it on. However, I'm keeping, like I said, those shoes, and these pants are Keats, right? Quince. They are Quince, and they are just a black linen, like pull-on style, and I think they have one pocket, yes, little back pocket here, like a little patch pocket. Oh, they do have front pockets as well. I love these pants. I love the cut. They fit just right, like the inseam is just right, and I don't know if they're meant to be worn low slung, but that's kind of how I wear all of my pants, low slung, and they literally fit me perfectly. I think they're size large, I think. But yeah, I found these yesterday, so I'm keeping these for myself. I'm keeping those pants, keeping a few things, so I'm not gonna keep everything. But this, back to this, absolutely beautiful. Natural Life, oh, and I have it backwards, hello. Natural Life maxi dress with this button front detail. It has some smocking here right under the bust, and then the buttons start right under that smocking and probably end like your calf, the buttons do. Oh, just under knee length, the buttons end. Really beautiful pink and blue floral. Oh, so this might be like a really fun like baby shower, gender reveal dress. It's pink and blue. And like I said, Natural Life. It's a size large. Cute. I found a ton of dresses at the first location, and I was so excited about it. Speaking of, this is one of them, and I remember vividly because I was like hoping and praying this wasn't going to be more expensive than the other dresses that seemed to be very, very reasonably priced. This was in the fancy dress section. They have like kind of like regular dresses on the rack, and then towards the end of one of the dress racks, they have like what I would say is their fancy dresses, like prom dresses, wedding gowns, things like that. This was hanging there, and I was like, wow, that's really beautiful. Very 90s, very simple, but also has a lot of details that, oh my God, just like a column dress, I think, right? Yeah, I think it's a column dress with a slit in the back, but the slit is covered by this little sheer bit, like a little faux train. I think that's so pretty. And the back floral really got me. Look at this crochet. And crochet is everywhere this summer. So I really have high hopes for this. Also, before I get into showing you, I was hoping and praying this was not going to be very expensive. $5.99. I cannot. If this would fit me, I would even dare to try it on and like, I don't know, ask Jack if he wanted to renew our vows or something, because it's so pretty. And if you're not new here, you will know I didn't actually have a wedding gown. We got married during COVID at the courthouse, and I got married in a leather jacket. So Jack's never seen me in a wedding gown. Anyway, I just think this is beautiful. It's very simple. And I think this is like a cream color because I'm wearing white or like washed white. I don't know what you want to call it, but it looks very yellow against me. So I would definitely say this is a cream with white details. This looks white and the crochet detail looks white. Let's get back to that because that's what we were doing. Look. Especially these. Like I love this center strip here with the circles and the little 3D flowers. Hello? And the front is beautiful as well. I just really love the back. I love the scallop detail to the front. I think on that would just look so beautiful. And if you can believe it, this, while it's not a Gunny Sacks, it is a Jessica McClintock dress. So it's not old enough to be a Gunny Sacks by Jessica McClintock, but it is a Jessica McClintock bridal gown. It's a size 7/8, and it's not made of any fancy fabric, but that's not surprising. There is the Jessica McClintock tag one more time. She's beautiful. And look at this bottom hem. Hello? Like, absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. So I am super excited about this. And I have not done comps. I don't know what something like this will go for, but if I was guessing, absolutely a few $100s, $200 at least, hopefully, at minimum. It's so beautiful. And I just think it fits so many cottagecore. It fits soft girl. It fits coquette. It fits that 90s minimalism. So beautiful. Okay, next. Ooh, this is the second time I found this brand. The first time I found it, they did pretty well. I think they were a slightly different style though. Oh, this just needs to be buttoned. Okay. This is a pair of Ripton. And it says, life is Jort. That's so funny. That's their little slogan, I guess. Overalls, denim overalls. They have kind of like a slim, straight vibe to them. And these are a lighter wash than the previous pair that I had found. Where's their logo? Right here. That is their logo. Like I said, this is the second time I found them. I still wouldn't know that logo off the top of my head, but I did see this hanging there. And this was in amongst the dresses. Ripton. I think these are a size medium. Yes, they're a size medium. Wear aggressively. I really like their little like slogos. Very like kitschy. Anyway, really nice pair of denim overalls. The last pair I found, I believe they sold for, I want to say it was like $80-ish. And I believe these were like $10.99. These were hanging with the dresses, but they were more expensive than almost any dress I picked up, which was very interesting. But I guess it's because they're denim. So we'll see how these do. This is a long video, I can already tell. Okay, next, this is a Scotch and Soda, which sometimes I am hesitant to pick up, not at the bins. And if I'm being honest, I did not do comps on this. I just thought this was so beautiful. The color's beautiful. The silhouette is beautiful. And if you could feel this, it feels like very, very soft Lululemon. Like that's, I almost thought, I think that's what I thought this was when I felt it on the rack, that it was something Lululemon or Athletic Aloe, something like that. This, if I didn't say, it's Scotch and Soda, but I think it's by someone. Ball Shine, BAWW, Ball Shine. Maybe that's like a collab with someone, or maybe that's literally nothing. I have no idea. But right there, it says BAWW Shine, and then it does say Scotch and Soda. That's the tag if you've never seen it before. And this is a size large. I am unsure in this moment if this is men's or women's. If I was guessing, I would say it's women's. But it's an absolutely beautiful, almost like kimono-ish styled, shorter cropped smoking jacket. Like how cute would this be with like a little cropped black tank and some black pants or something? So cute. And like I said, the fabric is really what got me for this. So we shall see on this. I love this color too. This like wine burgundy color. Okay, next. Pick this up for style. Aesop, I have no idea this. Aesop, I know that brand, but I have no idea this brand. I picked it up strictly based on style. This is a little open front, like lattice work denim vest with buttons, and all of the buttons are there, so it does fully close like that, but it is completely sheer, so I really like that aspect of it, and I really like that it has this little tie at the back. I don't know that brand. I did not buy it for the brand, but for the style, and apparently this is a petite large. Next, I have had luck with this brand in the past, but also I have passed on it in thrift stores. So I purchased this because it is new with tags, and the brand hopefully and style and silhouette will push it over the edge and help it to be a really great sale. This is a Stop Staring by Alicia Estrada dress. And I do believe, if I can recall, I didn't look it up because I'm just pulling from the recesses of my noggin. I do believe this is a brand that remakes classic vintage silhouettes. And I think most of them are dresses, if not all of them. So this is a, I don't know, maybe 30s silhouette. I don't know. I don't know. But it's a really beautiful kind of like sailor nautical vibes. That's another reason why I bought it, because I can stack that on top of the fact that it's new with tags, on top of the fact that it's a vintage silhouette. It's giving very much so nautical. I love the navy and red color. I look at that pop of red there and that pleat. So cool. Let me get closer so you can see the tag. Stop Staring is the brand. It's a size large. So we'll see how this does. And for being a size large, this is very small. I think that's another thing I remembered about this brand. It runs very small. So we'll see. Yeah, very like military vibes to me. Sailor-ish. Okay. Next. Ooh, I think this will do on the Depop. And let me just tie the front really quick so you can get the full effect. This I would have loved in high school, this silhouette, or maybe not high school, maybe grade school. This is a really beautiful sleeveless, kind of gives like very preppy vibes to me, but also coquette, soft girl, cottagecore, all of those. Strapless, little ribbon tie under your bust, floral cotton dress. I think it's a midi. Yeah, right below your knee, cotton dress. This does have a brand, and I would say it's pretty Y2K 90s. Jolie, I think is the brand. Sorry to read that backwards. Skirts, Jolie skirts something. Size medium. And I think this will do very well on the Depop if I was guessing. And I really like this fabric. It kind of looks like super vintage fabric that they painted on, if that makes any sense. Like not the people that made the dress, but the people that made the fabric. Like they block stamped paint on this, kind of is what it gives. I don't know. Okay, next is another new to me brand. And I do believe, if my Googling noggin remembers, I think this was from Anthropologie. Wit, I believe is the brand, W-H-I-T. It's a size small, and it's this gorgeous tie back, little like poofy, flouncy, pleated front dress in this gorgeous colorway. Honestly, the floral print and the colors are what drew me to this dress. And then when I saw the tag, I was like, oh, that looks expensive. And I do think it's from Anthropologie, but I can't recall. Almost gives like 70s vibes, floral to me. Let me get closer and hold still so you can see. Really pretty. So we'll see how that dress does. Next. Oh, this is fun. I think this might do well on the Depop as well. I didn't look this up, but I hope it's a good brand. I hope it's not like, I think it is. It's a Jason Wu top, a cropped brat green. So unfortunately, I didn't find this, 2-3 years ago when Charlie SCX did the whole brat thing. Was that who it was? Oh my God, I don't even know. Really nice, like citron brat green, cropped satin feel, almost corset vibes top. It does have some I guess it is boning. I was going to say faux boning, but the back feels like it does. No, the front does too. It does have boning in it. And this is by Jason Wu, like I said. It's a size small and in really great shape. And like I said, I think this will do well on the Depop for the girlies. Oh my Lanta. If this wasn't so like yellow that I think doesn't look good against my skin tone and my hair, I would probably wear this a few times before I listed it. I love the pattern. It's so fun. And I think this is going to hit a lot of markets. I have not looked this up at all. So hopefully after I film this video and go to list this, I find out this is like some bolo anthropology piece that everyone's looking for. This is a really nice mix of two trends, Western and fruit print. So fruit print is really big right now, and Western theme things are very big right now. This is a tie front button, long sleeve, kind of like poof anthropology shirt. It does have a small hole right here. Like, it's literally right here on the armpit. Like, the seam has popped. I would say it's maybe half of an inch. This is by Kendra Dandy. The Art of Anthropology, featuring Kendra Dandy. It's a US size 6. Now, look at this. Hello. Cherries, but with high heels. Strawberries, but with cowboy boots. Hello. So cool. So cool. But I think this yellow looks like really hideous on me, so I'm not even going to try it on. But here's the tag. Anthropology, Kendra, what'd I say? Dandy, Kendra Dandy. Really fun print. Look at that. Hello. So hopefully this is doubly good. Oh, these shoes keep making crazy noises when I turn. Take them off. Okay, next. This isn't that exciting, and I think I meant to take this off the rack, but that's okay. This is a very basic office wear piece. I found, I think, some woman's partial collection of dark navy workwear pieces, and I was happy to pick them all up. This is one of them. This is an Lafleur size 0 petite, though. Little workwear dress with a really great kind of high square neckline. I really like that vibe to this dress. The back is plain, and if you've never seen it, there is the Lafleur tag. So we'll see how that does. Just a great office basic. I believe this was also the same woman's. This is a red Valentino. I was going to say cable knit, but it's not cable knit. It's something different. It's like a little scalloped, textured knit, sleeveless mini dress by, if I didn't say already, Red Valentino. Now, this is a diffusion line of Valentino, so it's not going to go for as much as if this was just a Valentino dress. I'm not sure. I believe it's like a step down or two from the main line, but that's okay. I was not leaving this behind. Very tennis core, very preppy, very old money, very fisherman core even, because look at that texture. Hello. And the top is the same. It just looks kind of like a crop sweater and a skirt, but they are attached here. So we'll see how that does if I didn't show you well enough. Red Valentino. Then I believe this was also the same woman's, except this is a much bigger size, so maybe not. This is a, oh, somebody's calling me. Not today, scammer. No. This is a Brooks Brothers 100% merino wool size large short sleeve top. This is just, again, another great closet basic that I am going to list now, even though it's merino wool, because it is short sleeve. I think this is, like I said, a great office basic. There is the Brooks Brothers. It's 346 Brooks Brothers too, which again, I think is a diffusion line, kind of like J. Crew Factory or something like that, but that's okay. Absolutely stunning navy blue, short sleeve, knit merino wool sweater with nothing wrong with it. Then my Lululemon experts out there, you have to tell me, what is the style of this dress? I tried finding the size dot in the like built-in bra area because that's the only place that has any sort of like pocket opening, and I couldn't find it. Maybe I just need to look a little bit harder. And there's no shorts, so there's no like pockets or anything down in there. This, I think, is a Lululemon dress. It feels like Lululemon. It looks like Lululemon to me, but there are so many Lululemon fakes out there now. Here is the little Lululemon logo down there, but it's got like really great seams that give a lot of movement. And again, very tennis core, preppy, all of those things. Maybe even Gorp core. So my Lululemon experts, is this a real Lululemon piece, please? I hope so. Okay, next. Ooh, this is a new to me brand, and I'm very, 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 very glad I looked it up. However, I didn't do comps. I just looked up to make sure the brand was something good, and it was. This is a dress. I think, to me, like, you could literally chop the straps off and wear this as a maxi skirt. It very much so gives that vibe as well. Maybe you're meant to be able to convert it and you're just supposed to like tuck the straps down. I don't know. Anyway, this is like a gauzy cotton-ish dress, and that's why I looked at it on the rack, because of the fabric. And then I peeked inside and saw the tag. The tag on the interior, like the actual tag behind your neck, is hard to read, so I will show you this one. This is a size medium large. It's rayon and linen, and here is the brand right here, Myra Penaloza. And her dresses look like they retail for around $300. So we'll see how this one does. Very like beachy, soft girl vibes. Even fisherman core, I think this could fit too. So very exciting to find that one. Next, ooh, this is really beautiful. And I was so surprised at the brand, because I feel like sometimes houndstooth is very like Banana Republic, Express, J. Crew, things like that. And this is Ralph Lauren. So it's not like purple label Ralph Lauren or anything like that, but it's Ralph Lauren, and absolutely gorgeous, very like dark academia, preppy vibes, houndstooth dress. Oh no. Okay. I thought in the camera, I thought I saw 2 belt loops right there. I was like, no, but no, that's not belt loops. And this is a like really soft material, and it does have a leather trim here, which is so nice. There is the tag Ralph Lauren, and it's a size 10, so it's a really nice size as well. Cute. Okay. The last of the tops, this is a handmade piece, I would assume. Nifty Knits by Joanne. So I think that's somebody's own little like tag. This is a denim vest. I really like the way it just plainly says Colorado here in script, and I like the buffalo nickel buttons. I don't know if you can see that there. They have little buffalo nickels, 3 of them. But what really sold me on this, aside from the price, this was not expensive. I think it was like $2.99 or something like that. What really sold me on this was the back. Cool, huh? Very Colorado, obviously. And I think this would be really good for someone to wear to a Colorado Buffaloes game, or someone who is just visiting Colorado, someone who lives in Colorado, any of the above. But this is really cool because it's knit. Look at that. It's like someone knit this on a sweater and cut it out and put it on the back of here. I think that's so cool. So we'll see how this does. I don't know if I showed you this. It doesn't matter though, because like I said, I think it's just a little handmade tag. We'll see how that does. Little vintage denim vest. Next, some more vintage denim. This is Palmettos. This is a smooth, pocketless back little denim mini skirt. I love that this kind of gives like the Guess triangle vibes, but it says Palmettos, which is this brand of this skirt. The front does have pockets, and here is the tag. Palmettos. So cute. I don't think this, oh yeah, it does have a size. Size 9. So technically junior size, but that's okay. I think this might do well on the Depop for the girlies. Next. This is so fun. I couldn't believe it either. Like, I was not expecting this at all to be this brand. So this was kind of on the rack or on the hanger wrong in the store. The buttons were down the front because someone just thought, you know, buttons down the front. And instead of reaching for the tag on the inside, I just tried to read the button. And when my eyeballs registered what the button said, I was like, no way. So if you can see there, they say Polo Ralph Lauren. This is indeed a vintage Ralph Lauren. I think it's a chambray skirt. Yeah, it's 100% cotton skirt. There is the vintage Ralph Lauren tag. It's a beautiful pleated midi skirt with logo buttons all the way down the side. I think that's so cool. Very light wash denim, and I think this is going to do really well. Ralph Lauren. Next, this is another piece that I picked up for the tennis core, gorp core, preppy, even fisherman core aesthetic. This is a Lily Pulitzer skirt. So it has shorts underneath, like built-in little shorts underneath, right? Oh, yes. Okay, I was like, wait, no, it doesn't. Yes, it does. And the back does have a little pleat here. Here is the Lily Pulitzer tag. Oh, no. No! That's not Target, is it? Somebody tell me. Is that Target? Is this Lily Pulitzer for Target? That thing? What is that? I hope not. I don't think so. I guess I could look up the RN right there, and if it comes back Target. Man, shoot. Well, I didn't buy this thinking it was from Target, so I hope it's not. Anyway, Lily Pulitzer little athletic skirt, and this is Lily Pulitzer's, I think, little logo that she uses. Same here on the buttons. So we'll see how that does. And this is a new to me brand, and these are the Lucy cigarette pants in white. They are a size 6, and they are by Frances Valentine, and they are brand new. They caught my eye because they were brand new. I probably would have looked them up if they weren't, because this tag right here does look very fancy to me. They are a size 6, if I didn't say that already, and I do believe these retail for a couple $100, so I'm very excited to see how they resell. Like I said, I've never found this brand before. Frances Valentine. Then, okay. Once upon a time in my reselling career, I would have picked up nearly every Madewell piece I saw, especially jeans, and I would have started in the jeans section of the thrift store to find Madewell jeans first. That is not the case anymore, but I did find this, and I think this was like $4-ish, so that's another reason why I picked it up. This is a gorgeous light wash split front denim maxi skirt by Madewell, and it's a really great size too. I think it's a size 29. So just another great closet basic, and we'll see how that does. I think this might perform a bit better than other pieces by Madewell right now, but we shall see. Then, oh, let me button this button. Please hold. Okay. Very shocking to see these because I don't find this brand often. This is a pair of, I think they're a linen blend wide leg pants, and if these were my size, I might consider keeping them, but they're not, so that's okay. They have the really nice drop-in patch pocket, kind of like the pocket I have on my pants right now. Very much so that like sailor, preppy, old money, office wear vibes, whatever vibes you want it to have, I guess. That's something that I need to like, I need to get more familiar with like every aesthetic, because I can see a way to plug in aesthetics for almost everything I see at the thrift store. Anyway, this is a piece apart, which is a really nice brand and a really nice workwear brand. So in saying all of that, maybe I will lean more towards like workwear, resort wear for this piece, but they are a size 8 and they are a really beautiful pair of navy blue wide leg pants. Maybe they would fit me. I don't need them though. I think they're a little too small. Anyway, really beautiful pants, and I love this little like scallop detail for the buttons here. Like, how cute is that? Okay. Next, Gorp Core Central, and I do think these will do well on eBay or Depop, except eBay. I went 4 days without a sale and then had a return request where I'm assuming a woman, because it was a woman's pair of pants, put in a request for item defective or not as expected or something like that. I'll have to pop it on the screen. And essentially she washed a pair of Zrina cotton pants and said they faded from navy blue, which they were, to a now not navy blue. And she wants me to accept a return because she washed and ruined them. So that is quite literally the only interaction I've had on eBay in 4 days. I don't know what's going on with eBay. I have no idea. And it's extremely frustrating. And then things like that happen with a return where you're telling me you ruined a piece of clothing and now you want it to be my fault. And then in the return request, she was like, and so you need to send me postage so I can send it back to you. I ruined it. So you need to send me my money back and send me prepaid postage to send you back this garment that I just told you that I ruined. Like, how does that make any sense to people? But because it's eBay, I have no choice but to either ignore the return request and have eBay accept it for me or accept it. Like, the joys of being a reseller. But yesterday was a really good thrift day, so that's what we're talking about. These, I think, will do well on Depop or eBay. They are a pair of vintage Gramici, very lightweight. I would assume women's, but I didn't check the size. Oh, no, they're not super vintage, I don't think. Maybe they are. They're a size medium. And I can't tell if they're men's or women's. Maybe they're meant to be either or. They're like a knee-length short. But they're in this very lightweight, faded purple color, and I really love that. Very like lived-in look. This, if you watched my summer trends video, is what I was talking about with the Gorpcore built-in belt that you can't remove. It's specifically on pair of Gramici pants. Very, very popular Gramici shorts. That's the belt. Also, this is the logo, if you've never seen it right there. That little like, oh, kind of hard to see. Little like dancing man, like stick figure with hair. These do have a stain. It looks like, I don't know, ink or something. Paint, maybe not ink, paint down there on the bottom, but that's okay. I did purchase them knowing that, and they do have a few small spots here, but again, these are like an athletic outdoor short, so the Gorpcore crowd might not care so much that there are some signs of wear. Gramici shorts. Next pair of shorts, I swooshed by on the rack first, and then I was like, wait a minute. I think those are like from my era when I used to shop there. Let me see. And they are. These are a pair of vintage Y2K short shorts by Abercrombie & Fitch. Look at that. I can't believe there was a time in my life that I would have worn something like this out of the house. And I'm not trying to shade anyone. For me personally, I don't ever wear things like this anymore. I don't wear shorts. I don't wear like hardly ever like a V-neck shirt. Like I just don't dress that way anymore. I definitely did at one point in time, but these are so short. But I do think, again, these will do well on the Depop. And these are a really good size too. They're a 427, so they're not like a 000. They are a slightly bigger size for Abercrombie, and they do have the nice little like very Y2K Abercrombie. I wish they had the little moose embroidered somewhere, but that's okay. And there's the vintage-ish Abercrombie tag if you haven't seen it. Next, ooh, this is so nice. And the tag, like the little hang tag from the thrift store, the price tag said silk, 100% silk. So it was so interesting that they notice that about this piece, but they don't notice that about other things. I found another silk piece at the same store that didn't say that, but even though they noticed it was silk, they only priced this skirt for $7.99. And this, again, is a quince piece. There is the tag, and indeed, this is 100% silk little midi skirt, a beautiful closet staple. I would assume this is washable silk. I think all of their pieces are launderable. Let's see. Yeah, hand wash in cold water. 100% silk, size small, very beautiful, like oatmeal color, closet basic, quiet luxury, office core, model off duty, all of the things. Absolutely stunning. If I was more fancy, I would definitely keep this for me. Okay, last but not least, this again surprised me. I think this might be the same woman's with the navy things from the beginning. This again is a navy piece. Oh, wow. I didn't realize the liner was ripped right there, but that's okay. This is a Zadig and Voltaire. is the tag, and the liner, like I said, is just ripped right here, but that's okay. Little mini fringe skirt. I would assume it's wool. But oh, hold on. What is happening here? I don't know what's going on with that. I'll have to figure that out. Where's the size tag? I hope somebody didn't alter this. I hope it wasn't a really long skirt and somebody altered it, because I can't find the fabric tag. Oh no. Okay, well, it could very well be that somebody altered this, but I believe this is a wool, at least wool blend mini skirt. It does have pockets. It does have this really nice fringe here. And I did notice at the store, it looks like the thread that holds this little, like, I don't know, little waist detail down is loose. So I will have to mention that. See, it's supposed to be more like that, kind of like tacked down. One more time, there is the tag, Zadig and Voltaire. And I am going to list this now because it's a mini skirt, instead of back stocking it for winter. So we'll see how that does. Okay. And with that, we are done with this thrift haul. I know if I had showed you everything, it would take light years because we're already at 48 minutes. Anyway, if you want to let me know in the comments below which item I thrifted is your favorite, that would be awesome. I am honestly partial to these. Obviously, I am very, very excited about those, and I can't wait to wear them come fall time this year. Very exciting. I do really like this little Western fruit top, and I love this. This might be, even though it's not for me, I think this maybe does trump the shoes. I think this might be my favorite piece for sure. Anyway, with that, I will let you go, friends. If you took the time to watch this video and you set your social media currency with me today, I so appreciate you. And if you wouldn't mind just hitting like on your way out, that would be awesome. I'll see you next time, friends. Bye.